Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times. Today I have a quick spoiler-free review of the newest horror comedy released on Netflix. All My Friends Are Dead.
It's coffee time.
This being one of Netflix's first horror releases for 2021, I was really excited to watch it. Netflix does have good horror comedies that I have enjoyed in the past, like The Babysitter, but in this case, this is a Polish movie, so I was excited to see something different from another country. And before we go to my spoiler-free review, which, I had kind of mixed feelings about this film. If you love horror, if you like movies, shows, and collectibles, please consider subscribing to the channel before you leave. All My Friends Are Dead is a Polish Netflix movie that it is a fun horror comedy, but also comes with all the tropes. Some friends at a New Year's Eve party go through a whirlwind of events that exposes secrets, breaks hearts, and leads to a shocking outcome. This movie follows the pattern of those movies that show you the aftermath at the very beginning of the movie, and then they rewind and they go back to tell you how we got here. So we see two rookie detectives that are very unprofessional, they are very rude, and they make really inappropriate jokes, and they are investigating a house in which a massacre apparently has taken place. All of these young teenagers have been found dead in a house while they were hosting a New Year's Eve party while the parents were on a ski trip, and so you already get to see what's gonna happen. So in a way, you kind of lose the element of surprise later on. I mean, the title is already telling you, but basically they're all gonna die. But despite that, I really enjoyed the humor in that first scene with the detectives. That is this typical really dry humor, inappropriate, that I actually enjoy. But when the movie starts showing you the party and the teenagers that go to the house, it starts to get really tropey really fast. It gets really cringy. There's many lines that are too much cheese for me. And it kind of became an American Pie movie, but just horror. And you're gonna get to see your typical sex scenes, you're gonna see boobs, you're gonna see gore, you're gonna see so many different things. But to be honest, the majority part of the film drags for me because it just becomes a drama. It's all about the teenagers, their problems, whining about stupid things, and that middle part of the film really dragged for me. I mean, it does have a couple of good things. It has a nice style, it has some nice gore scenes, but the elements that it has, it's also very daring at times, but I don't see that they're exploiting those elements to their maximum potential. The movie is not gonna go down as a remarkable movie from the genre for sure. It does have some nice elements to the film. I really did enjoy the score of the film. I do think that the script and the acting was a little bit below my expectations. Part of the script problem, I think, for me was that all of these teenagers were behaving as if they would be, like I said, in American Pie. Like, you have your typical MILF, you have your typical like alternative girl, you have your typical slutty girls. Like, it just felt like so tropey and so cringy at times that I just, it was a little bit too much for me. For the most part of the movie, I have the feeling that I was watching these kind of teenage drama with some deaths here and there until it really escalated towards the end, of course. So my personal opinion here is I would only check out this movie if you really like this type of genre, if you don't mind with having all of these tropey teenage cringe moments in the film. And the character development here is also non-existent, so you're not gonna care for any of the characters anyway. I don't know if it was done on purpose because they're all gonna end up dead, so what's the point of making the viewer connect with them? So I don't know if it was because of that or because everything was kept too superficial. There were a couple of characters that were outside of the house actually that I thought were the most funny moments. You will see if you watch the movie what I mean. But I think it's not a movie that I would recommend unless you really want to watch a stupid horror comedy. It just doesn't require any major thinking or concentration at all, so you can just put it on the background. The really good part comes at the end, the last 20 minutes of the movie or so were my favorite ones, where they play a Motley Crue song and all the gore goes down. I love that so much. We do have an end scene kind of thing at the very end that I hated. It happens to me a lot with horror movies that when I think the movie is finished and I'm satisfied, they add a scene that just, you know, it just spoils it for me, and I didn't like that last scene in the movie. But those 20 minutes of carnage and killings and death and gore with the soundtrack were pretty awesome. There were a couple of deaths that they tried to be more original with the, you know, how these people were dying, and I enjoyed it. There's an absurdity of some situations that, you know, I think they're funny because they're absurd, and you know, but I did not laugh throughout the whole movie or anything like that. There were a couple of scenes that I thought were funny, but not too much of a strong comedy for me. The gore was nice, but like I said, the majority of the movie was just slow drama, teenagers at a party, and that's what the part that I did not enjoy. To be honest, basically the message of this movie is don't play with guns. That's what I got from the movie. No, but joking aside, I ended up giving this movie a 2 out of 5 star rating. I think it had good things, but also a lot of negative ones. And like I said, I only recommend this movie if you really think that this is gonna be something for you, because I don't think this is a great movie at all. It was fun for one watch for what it was, but I just kind of wish that we wouldn't have had so many minutes of just teenage drama. Alright guys, so this was my short spoiler-free review of All My Friends Are Dead, now streaming on Netflix. Let me know down below if you have already watched it, if you're planning to do so. Let's talk about it in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Please give the video a big thumbs up for support, and I hope to see you all guys in the next coffee time. Bye!